NBA free agency period is officially in the books, and it's safe to say the San Antonio Spurs were the clear winners of the offseason. July 2nd, Tim Duncan confirms he'll be back for another season, and Aaron Baines agrees to a deal with the Detroit Pistons. Baines took to Twitter to thank the Spurs family, community, and his team for the past 3 years. So fans, what do you guys think? Which former teammates or Spurs legends do you want to see there? And what do you think Tim Duncan will wear? Will we finally see him in something other than jeans? Do we even want to, or do we want to see him in his signature jeans look? The ceremony will finally give San Antonio the chance to show their love and gratitude to the 5-time NBA champion. Prior to the game, we heard from Davis Bertans on 1200 WOAI's Spurs radio game night, who said the Spurs were just tired of losing. And he did his part to make sure that didn't happen tonight. Bertans had 10 points last night, but this was by far the highlight of the game. Tony Parker had fans on their feet and the AT&T Center going crazy, contributing 23 points to the Spurs tonight, a team high and also a season high for the backup point guard. With the regular season winding down and a tough schedule up ahead, struggling against the Grizzlies isn't very reassuring. At this time last year, the Spurs had already clinched a playoff berth. Fast forward to this season, where fans are just hoping San Antonio will see the playoffs. Another win at the AT&T Center. Spurs beat the Grizzlies 104-95. We are at the AT&T Center. We're just not in our normal spot. Kyle Anderson was the second top scorer. I mean, LA by a long shot, 41 points. But Kyle's doing good. He looks more confident to me on the court.
Way more confident.
That's right. They go to Memphis on Friday. They go to OKC on Sunday night. Then, they're back here on Monday night for the Detroit Pistons. Talking about defense, Gasol was having issues first half. And to start the second half, Bryn was in for Gasol. What did you think about that? Coach Alan Marcina has experienced the fame and glory that come with playing professional soccer all over the world. But the road was not without challenges that he says have helped him become the coach he is today. Here's what's going on.
I grew up in Canada, went to college in the States.
If your players were asked to describe you with one word, what would you hope they'd say?
I would say maybe a combination.
It's been tough to tell because there have been a lot of injuries, injury management coming back with Kawhi. But because there's so many new players, like who do you like on the court together? Who do you see working really well together? So 103-89, Spurs win over the Phoenix Suns. They go to Portland on Sunday. They're actually on the road for their next 3 games. They're back here next Saturday. I'm going to go with special teams because it's one of those things that you can't really see during camp or practice. True. Because they can't really practice that. Second half, the Bucks just dominated. Spurs did it. They snapped the 4-game losing streak, beating the Hornets 108-101. 6 Spurs in double figures tonight, with 4 of those coming off the bench. This is what Manu did in his 1,000th game. Speaking of DeJounte Murray, 16 points, 15 rebounds. You asked Coach Pop about that. The highest scoring game of the season. Yeah. What did Pop say after the game? That's what he said in shoot around. He's like, you just, get a different perspective. You enjoy it more because 7 months is a long time. Wow. How much of an impact do you think DeJounte Murray's absence, I guess, from the first 3 quarters had?